There's a revolutionary new meta that's already started on YouTube. By using this new strategy, some of the best creators on the platform have already tripled their view counts and exploded new audiences unlike anything we've ever seen before. And there's only a few more weeks to get on top of this before it starts to get saturated. My name is JeremyB, I'm the creator and owner of all of these successful YouTube channels that you can see on your screen right here. Let's go. Over the past few years, many creators have been optimizing their videos for viewers watching from mobile devices and computers. But actually, TV viewers is the fastest growing audience on YouTube right now. And this is easy to see why if we just take a look at the data that's been published recently. According to reports that came directly from YouTube, right now 45% of the entire YouTube viewership is happening on TV screens, and this is up from 30% in 2020. And if we go back even further, there's a report here that states, in March 2020, YouTube viewership was up 80% from March 2019. And even today now, these numbers are only going up. And while most creators are still catering their content to mobile and desktop viewers, the TV viewer audience is being almost untouched, despite accounting for literally 45% of the entire platform's viewership. And from another report here, if we do a little bit of math on the data, this audience is continuing to increase by 20% every year still. And so the trend of making YouTube videos that are specifically designed for TV viewers is the clear future of YouTube. And this trend extends even beyond just the platform itself. And ever since 2022, YouTube surpassed Netflix to become the #1 most watched platform on TVs. And honestly, this makes a lot of sense because YouTube is actually the only thing that people can really watch from a TV that's completely free. Every other streaming service is going to require a paid subscription. I mean, cable TV can be literally $100 a month or more. And nowadays, you can often find even just better content on YouTube than you might find on these other platforms anyways. A while back, I attended a private presentation with the senior director of YouTube's algorithm, Todd Beaupre. And during that talk, he presented a lot of information regarding the algorithm shifts that are happening due to TV content and how this is all shaping the future of YouTube. And what he said was that on average, viewers on TV screens are watching for about 4 times longer in their total watch sessions compared to viewers on mobile devices. And for me, my watch times on individual videos alone are about 50 to 100% higher from viewers watching on TV devices, and this is something that's held true across multiple channels of mine in multiple different niches. And that stat alone is absolutely insane, and it's our first big hint for the strategies we want to adopt for creating optimal content for TV viewers. YouTube has always prioritized higher view durations for videos that go viral. Thus, as people on TVs watch way longer than the average desktop or computer viewer, videos optimized to perform well with TV viewers almost always get higher average view durations, which gets them seen by more people in their feeds, and the whole trend just snowballs on itself for massive success. Here's some data from a video of one of my other channels. This video alone, as you can see right here, got 85% of all of the viewers from TV screens. And let's take a look at the view duration as well. Sure, this was a bit of a long video, but an 80-minute average view duration, I mean, like, what? That honestly just blew my mind when I saw this for the first time. And it's no wonder that this video specifically in this case, from this channel, outperformed the average video performance of our other videos by about 10 times in total. Another thing Todd Beaupre discussed in his presentation is that YouTube has a completely separate algorithm specific to viewers that are watching on a TV. Really, YouTube has unique algorithms for every device type and every traffic source, but the key here is that YouTube knows when a viewer is watching from a TV screen, and when they are, it's going to recommend them videos that are more optimized for the TV viewer experience. And therein lies the huge opportunity of this trend. Because the TV viewer experience is so different to mobile, that traditional engagement-focused content style isn't as entertaining to watch from that type of setting. So while the overall TV viewership is exploding on the platform, overall, creators are not anywhere even close to meeting the demand for it yet. And everyone is still kind of making videos optimized for the low attention span mobile device viewer. But when you're watching from a TV, there's a much bigger effort required to stop watching a video and to go watch something else. And especially, people are much more willing to commit to a longer story and a longer experience than they would if they were watching from a mobile phone or from a computer, or a tablet as well too. Plus, on TV screens, viewers generally get a smaller pool of videos recommended to them at a time, so there's less competition for getting clicks too, as long as you can also end up on that feed in the first place. And if I haven't sold you on this just yet, there's also another secret algorithm factor here that makes this type of content absolutely ridiculous, and that is the autoplay feature, and more importantly, how viewers behave with autoplays when watching from a TV. People often just leave their TVs autoplaying in the background while they're cooking, cleaning, hanging out with their family, even just on their phones watching TV and using their phone at the same time. And some people even just leave their TVs autoplaying all night for some background noise while sleeping. People will literally forget that they even turned it on and just leave their TV playing in the background all day long. And with TV-focused content, if you get into that autoplay algorithm, your videos are literally just forced into getting views, when a viewer might not even be watching at all. But because they're not even watching, you'll still get the full length maximum view duration from them. And this is exactly how I got that video that I just showed you with average view durations of 1 hour or even longer. And this autoplay feature is the only way that you can get views on a long form YouTube video without the viewer actually having to click to watch your video in the first place. So with the TV algorithm having way more prevalence for these autoplays, your videos can actually end up performing quite well even with a weaker title and thumbnail. And even regardless of your overall click-through rate, if you just have really good content and can actually get into that autoplay algorithm, which I'm going to show you how to do in just a bit. But real quick, if you want to learn even more about how to grow your YouTube channel, I'm hosting a completely free, new and updated 0 to 10,000 subscribers in the next 45 days bootcamp for you guys. And again, it's literally free, and we're going to be covering a ton of really more awesome strategies just like this one that you can abuse to grow your YouTube channel in the future. Anyway, with my testing, which has been at least a couple hundred videos by now, I've been able to discover multiple huge factors that have allowed me to abuse and optimize my content for TV viewers and getting into that autoplay algorithm. The easiest and definitely the most important thing by far is just to make much longer videos. At the bare minimum, I would probably aim for about 20 minutes in length or more, but the most optimal length is going to be around 30 to 40 minutes or longer. I personally have been absolutely crushing it with some 60 to 90 minute videos across a few of my channels, and we've had some insane success with the occasional super long video like the 3 to 4 hour videos I showed you earlier. But the key is that you can't just pad that extra length for no reason. Your video has to be extended meaningfully with actual content. And so ideally, to get that extra video length, you want to have maybe slightly slower pacing, but definitely not too slow. And the best thing is to have a long storytelling aspect, because longer videos with purpose are going to far outperform a video that was just padded out for extra time for no reason. You cannot just make your video longer for no reason or add extra length that isn't worth watching, because what determines if you get into that coveted autoplay algorithm in the first place is the performance of your video's view duration and overall watch time compared to videos that are competing for the same viewer. So you want your content to be bingeable and compelling for the whole thing from start to finish. And the easiest way to do this is by having a story that constantly progresses in some way from start to finish, while still having no dull or wasted moments throughout the video, and a good balance of pacing. Maybe some bonus points if you can make your content into a bingeable series that you can then compile into one long compilation video later on. But honestly, making extremely good content is also going to be enough to make your videos bingeable across each other too. Another minor thing to consider is just make sure that all the elements in your video can be comfortable when seen from a TV screen. Like if you have this crazy full screen text or like insanely fast animations, it's just going to be really obnoxious to watch on a TV screen compared to on a mobile device. But really the biggest thing by far is just to make your overall videos bigger with more story and much longer. Like you want to think about just making some version of your content that can be enjoyed while you're just chilling on your couch with some popcorn watching from your TV. It's almost the experience of watching like a mini movie in some ways, but just with that like YouTube engagement optimized intro still. You definitely still want to keep your engaging intros, of course. And let me clarify here, you don't have to just start making 1 hour videos right away. Even just adding 2 or 3 minutes of length to your video and then progressively adding more scenes to them as best you can goes a really long way. I've personally had a ton of success when we took channels from making about 10-minute videos to making videos about maybe 14 to 18 minutes long when we couldn't really push them much further than that. Plus, this way, by making your videos just bigger overall, they're going to have way more substance to them, which is often going to make them more clickable and have better overall content too, as long as you're doing it genuinely. And this is absolutely worth the trade-off of posting maybe a little bit less videos or just having to put a little bit more effort into them. And again, for actually getting into that autoplay algorithm, it's really just all about the initial performance of your video with the non-autoplay viewers. If your video can just get a really good watch time and performs well with the initial audience, audience at a good level, YouTube is going to suggest that video to way more people from there. And if it does well with that, you're going to get turbo boosted with the autoplay algorithm, and the rest is just history. And because of how this algorithm progresses, TV-focused content often actually starts out underperforming compared to maybe some other videos that you might post. But what's going to happen is that over time, it's going to pick up and completely explode with the TV viewers. Because again, with TV viewers, there's more competition for getting into the feed in the first place. So YouTube will test your video with a smaller audience first and slowly work its way up over time, which can often take a couple weeks or even months, but sometimes can still happen in just a few days if your video really crushes it. And if it performs really well with all of the test audiences, it's going to get super juiced to the absolute moon with the autoplay algorithm. On one of my biggest YouTube channels, we actually exploded our viewership by just posting these like 80 to 90 minute full series or sort of movie compilations of our past videos compiled and all put together into like this one long video with a little bit of editing to make the whole thing make sense. Like we remove the intros, remove the outros, take out any sponsor promotions, and then post this type of compilation usually once every 3 to 4 weeks. And on top of that, we extended the average length of our normal videos from about 10 minutes to probably about 14 minutes. And these two things alone have already been enough for us to take huge advantage of this trend, even though our content wasn't really designed for TV viewers in the first place. And even now on this channel, when we post a really good 8-minute video, it just does so much worse than when we post our 14-minute longer videos. So even though I say, sure, it's most optimal to post videos in the 25, 30, 40-minute range or even longer, just going even like a few minutes longer on your videos can still be enough to get you to start taking advantage of this trend. And I didn't even mention the best part yet, by the way, so if you made it to this point in the video, you definitely lucked out. The money from TV content is actually on a whole nother level, because with longer videos comes longer watch times, which means you get to have a ton more mid-roll ads being seen and higher ad earnings, plus there's no ad block on TVs either. And as well, YouTube advertisers are actually increasing their spend towards TV audiences rapidly, because advertisers want to target TV viewers, but they're getting way cheaper prices and way better targeting from YouTube than they are compared to cable and streaming services. So ad revenue from TV viewers is absolutely outstanding. And it's how I'm ending up with videos like this one where the earnings are just ridiculous. And as creators actually get more into making TV content, the advertisements are only going to get bigger and better, because there's just so much more money in TV style content for only a slightly higher amount of effort. And if you're already successful on YouTube right now, in my opinion, it would be crazy to not incorporate at least some form of TV optimized content into your strategy, even just once or twice a month on your channel. And here's some more examples of some of the insane ad revenues that I've been seeing from TV viewer optimized content on some of my other channels. Keep in mind as well that a lot of these other channels, we're usually averaging about $2, maybe $3 at best per 1,000 views. So this type of ad revenue, not only are we getting more views per video, but we're getting more money per viewer as well. But not only that, we also got about 4 to 5 times more money per viewer because of those TV autoplay viewers. When they leave it playing in the background, they're just watching every single ad, so you get crazy revenues. And from this same channel specifically, we're making more money from that one TV optimized compilation video than we are from like the 12 to 15 normal videos that we might be posting regularly. I mean, seriously, it is just ridiculous. And even without really crazy views, like this example right here, you can still make really insane money with TV optimized content. And this is without any sponsors, without having to sell a product or do anything. It's literally just pure ad revenue. Even MrBeast himself has been pushing really hard on this trend, with pretty much all of his videos in the last 6 months increasing in length by like 50%. And he's even been posting some 40+ minute long videos too. And some creators are going even harder at this, where they're designing entire channels from the start where the content is specifically meant to be watched on TVs only, and essentially making videos that emulate this movie-like experience. To name a few examples of some certain niches that are doing this, there's like these outdoor survival channels, all sorts of documentary channels, true crime, police body cams, real-world stories and history, really anything that fits this sort of 25-30+ minute video length and has some sort of storytelling involved theme. Not to mention, you can always just post those full compilations of your past videos or full series, which is what I do on literally all of my channels. And there's way more niches than that, of course. However, despite these examples, not very many creators are making content for TV viewers yet, and the ones that are just absolutely going crazy. And the viewership is still right now genuinely exploding. So there's a huge shortage for the supply of videos to watch from TV screens right now, while at the same time the demand is going nuclear. But creators are catching on more and more, and especially thanks to videos like this one you're watching right now, it's probably going to become more popular in the future. So there's only a limited amount of time left before it's going to become too saturated. But that's it for now. Don't forget to check out again my completely free YouTube growth bootcamp, where we're going to be showing you the 3-step process that I use on all my new channels to go from 0 to 10,000 subscribers within 45 days or less. Again, it's literally free. Check it out at the link in the description or the QR code on your screen right now, and thanks for watching.